Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are. So leveling a rise will be the topic. On today's video we're gonna do the Blessing Stone tier list, in my opinion tier list. We're gonna rank them from D rank to S rank, D being the least usable ones, the ones that are not like broken or important or so much helpful, and then S tier being as most helpful, most usable, most broken, best blessing stones that you can use. Plus I'll be explaining every single blessing stone, so at the same time you can learn a lot and definitely you can apply that to your own gameplay. Before we start, I just want to give a massive shout out to my top supporters, at least the ones that you can see. This one discontinued. Hopefully other supporters who usually supported me before, make sure to support me again. Most people don't even know they need to again support me each season, so just so you know. But yeah, shout out to my top supporters right here. Currently now we are really close to being top 20 and we're now on the road to 400 supporters, so make sure to support me. More and more codes incoming in future, plus I have so much more codes to give away, so make sure to support me, so I give to the supporters first. Okay, so let me start with the tier list. Of course, blessing stones get better and better as you reach higher rarities, but that won't be now the topic, right? It's logical. It's always better to have like high rarity because the percentages itself are better, okay? But nevertheless, let me just mainly talk about the blessing stones and what they do. The percentages will increase as the rarity increases. So Bloodlust, I believe that's the first one. Yes, let me start with that. Your powerful Bloodlust weakens your enemy's abilities. When you're hit, it decreases your attacker's attack by 4% for 6 seconds. When you attack, it decreases your target defense by 4%. Overall, guys, I find Bloodlust extremely usable blessing stone. Definitely, like, there is just like one thing. If you can afford getting hit, okay, if you can afford getting hit, it will decrease your attacker's attack by 4%, and when you attack, it decreases your target's defense. So by this combination, you can lower the enemy's attack and as well decrease the target defense when you attack it. Overall, you're gonna do bigger damage. I would say extremely usable blessing stone. For now, I'll put it in A tier, really close to the S tier. I mean, overall, it will be really hard to say precisely because it's pretty situational. But this one, definitely, when you're fighting against the enemy, who you know you're gonna get hit, who you know you're gonna need to do a lot of freaking attacks on him. Okay, so you will lower his defense and at the same time lower his attack. So it will be usable in long-term battles, I would say. They don't have to be long-term, but definitely this blessing stone is, in my opinion, more usable in long-term battles, but still can be used in Battlefield of Time, etc. No worries, I'm just saying. But for now, A tier. Really close to the S tier, I would say, but I find some other blessing stones better. Then we have this one. This one is called Assassin's Proficiency. Your assassin abilities are enhanced. Your back attack damage increased by 7%. Okay, so when you're attacking the enemy from the back, a good boost overall, but I still find it really situational. And you really need to force that back attacks. Now, maybe against certain bosses that will be doable and super easy. Maybe against someone else it won't be that case, you know. So for now, B tier, even though the damage increase is really nice, and none of the blessing stones are truly trash except the D tier that I will put. Not trash, but really low usability. But B tier is still nice, bro. B tier is still nice, but nothing spectacular. Pretty situational, in my opinion. Then we go to the next one. Sorry, I'm so clumsy. I don't know what's happening. Then we have camouflage. When you're hit with a large amount of damage, you disappear temporarily. When you receive damage exceeding 5% of your max HP, you're camouflaged for 3 seconds and recover 2% HP every 1 second. This can be extremely usable in early game, I would say. Later on, you just don't want to get hit, in my opinion. You just don't want to, like, you want to use as much as possible extreme evasions. Like, this can be helpful for additional survivability, but that's it. It won't help you with, like, doing the pure damage DPS, which is the most important thing in this game. So this is good when you literally get hit by crazy damage, especially in story can be usable. When you receive damage exceeding 5% of your max HP, you know? And you camouflage, you're gonna recover, but bro, it's just like it. No, sorry, no. C tier, okay? Because sometimes, maybe in early game you can use it, but it's a no for me. Okay, then we have this one. This one is extremely useful, and Blessing Stone for the Sung that is extremely usable, and you're gonna see this Blessing Stone used all over the place and constantly, especially in Battlefield of Time, and like all over the place, you know, especially when you're using the element which is your advantage, you know. So let me just show you where it is. Of course, when you get legendary, oh boy, your damage dealt to the targets that have elemental weakness increased by 8%. So let we say the boss's disadvantage is light. You put this, bro, instant 8% bigger damage. Super useful. Extremely useful and easy. There is no like you need to do this to get this. No, element weakness, which in most cases you're using. In most cases you're gonna use that, right? So this is a beautiful thing. Okay, the next one is also a nice boost. Sharp perception. The instinct you hunt as a low-ranking hunter have given you the ability to intuit your opponent's weaknesses. Your critical hit rate will increase by 1% for 8 seconds when your attack hit stacks up to 4 times. Bro, this is the easiest buff for the critical hit rate ever. You're gonna easily get that. And imagine when you get like higher rarity, bro, I love this so much. This is an easy critical rate up. Especially when you're missing some. When you can be more focused on attack in artifacts and you're missing some critical hit rate, here you go, bro. Here you go. That's it. Interesting. And I love that. I love that Blessing Stone. Oh, this one as well is broken. Reawakening. You completed the secret quest, Courage of the Weak. Your skill cooldowns will all decrease by 8%. I believe that I don't even need to explain to you how much that is important to get the skill freaking cooldown by 8%. And as you get the high rarity of this one, oh, this one is close to the God tier, but I just cannot. Okay, easy S tier. Easy S tier. The next one will be the one that I don't have, but based on my knowledge of the game, I believe I can conclude correctly, more or less. You will be trapped in Chains of Blood. Your attack damage increased by 12% of your lost HP ratio, but also increases your damage taken by the same amount. Okay, risky Blessing Stone. And as well, with this Blessing Stone you need to lose HP, like, but as you lose HP, your attack damage will increase, but also you will take more damage. So it's like plus minus. But if you know how to play correctly, if you can use a lot of extreme evasions, potentially lose your HP over time, so you get that increased attack. Yeah, interesting. I didn't test it out, but still, like I always say, DPS super important, A tier. So even though it's a little bit risky and all of that, but as long as you're getting that DPS part and doing bigger damage, it is extremely usable Blessing Stone. Okay. Aspects of... Okay, MP power, I believe, is next. Demon Slayer. You have obtained title Demon Slayer. Your MP mana power increased by 400. This is extremely usable in the battles when you lose a lot of mana power. So like this, you can get it. And even though this one is not boosting your attack, but in a way it is, because you're gonna have more mana power. Okay, so in my opinion, A tier, and didn't use it so much, but still is highly usable and important in those really crucial situation when you need mana power. Maybe I should put it B tier, but when I look at the B tier, no, I'm putting it right here. Okay, the next one. Why I don't see in advance? Yeah, this one. No. Okay, the damage you deal to normal monster increased by 6. In the story, okay. In the story, when you're fighting mainly against normal monsters, this can be extremely usable. But that's it. Like, in most important fights are yeah, it's usable early game, maybe, like, and of course when you fight normal monsters, but in most cases, bro, you're gonna fight that insanities like Vulcan, right? And like main monsters, there you need the damage. Here in most cases you won't even need that extra damage, so that's why in C, even though against normal monster, really usable. Oh, then we have this one, the Conqueror of Adversity. Every time your HP decreased by 30, your attack, defense, and HP increase by 1.6. Now this is it can stack up. It's solid buff, but you need to lose a lot of freaking HP so this can work. A lot of HP so this can work. B tier. Then we have Pulverize. The power of the break effect you apply to your enemies increased by 12%. The damage you deal to the target affected by the break effect increased by 12%. Extremely and highly usable blessing stone in a lot of cases, especially against the strongest guys out there. You're gonna need the break. You're gonna need bigger break damage, bigger break efficiency, and this is what this beautiful blessing stone will offer, and definitely one of the best blessing stones out there. Oh, now we have for the shadow. When you summon a shadow, so Monarch domain activates, shadow attack within domain increased by 40. The shadow also deals damage equal to 100% of the value of your attack every second to the enemies within domain. Extremely usable when you need a bigger shadow damage. Okay, you won't use it maybe a lot. But it's a just nice DPS buff, and it needs to go into A tier. It cannot be in the B tier. Okay. Now I'm thinking to maybe promote, but nah, I'll just leave it like this. It's fine. These are also situational in a way. These are pretty straightforward. You're getting everything what you need, super simple, no complications. And this one, again, when you need bigger shadow damage, it's huge. Okay, so definitely I will put it into A tier, honestly. Then we have another S tier blessing stone. Your damage dealt to bosses increased by 8%, but the cooldown of your dash increases by 15. Fine, it's not big of the deal when you know how to play properly, even with slightly worse cooldown, because at the end of the day you're getting here 8% bigger damage against bosses, and pretty much you're fighting bosses all the time. So this is a huge buff, and overall it deserves to be here. You're gonna use it a lot. Then we have another S tier. I mean, there is many good blessing stones, you know. As your attack is enhanced, the danger you face increases as well. Double-edged sword. When your attack hit, your attack increases by 2% for 10 seconds, but also the attack of the target that was hit increases by 2%. That's not the big of the deal. If you know how to evade and do the extreme evasions and do everything correctly, you will get a nice buff overall, and it's pretty straightforward, easy. Boom, you will have the increased attack by 2%, and it can stack up 4 times, bro. That's a lot. That's 8% attack, super easy. Okay, so that's why it definitely deserves to be into S tier. Okay, And now we have the daily quest competition. You have completed the daily quest. Here is your reward. If your HP falls to 1, you become immortal for 4 seconds. When immortal effect ends, you will recover 2000 HP plus an additional 4% of the maximum HP. I just don't use it these days anymore, bro. I just don't use it, but still, you are immortal. You get some HP back. It can be helpful, but I just don't use it. Like, this, on that later end game, you're focused on pure DPS, and this would be only in a way. Maybe situational, when you know you're gonna die for sure and it can be helped, and that revive can be helpful, and you maybe manage to beat the enemy because of that. Okay, so it's not unusable, but just like low usability in the late game especially. Then we have the swiftness. Didn't use it on it. Maybe I did. You can now dash 1 time additional. There is 12% chance for your dash cooldown to reset upon dashing. Not bad. I didn't use it, honestly. When you need more dashes, definitely can be helpful, because like this you can get the extreme evasion faster. That means more shadow attacks. Still, it's not buffing your DPS nor anything, but in a way it is. And I just cannot. It's better than this. It's better than this. Like this one's, I would put in A plus, and this one would go into A. Yeah, I have to do it like this, bro. I have to do it like this. Yeah. Here. A plus. Okay. And then this to A plus. And this to here. Because yeah, I'll put it like this. I like this more. I like this more. Anyways, let's continue. It will take forever. Your damage taken decrease. So this is good for the damage reduction. Again, it's not buffing your DPS nor anything, but it gives you survivability, but still you don't need it if you do the proper dodging, extreme evasions, you know. That's why it's in B. You won't use it like almost nothing, bro. Maybe even C because of that, but maybe even C. Yeah, you just don't need it, bro. You just don't need it. You just don't need it if you know how to play. So maybe sometimes early game. Okay. Now we have the next one is tenacity. The damage you take will decrease by 20% when you have 30% or less of your own maximum HP. I mean, this is nice, especially in early game, but now just like, I just don't use it anymore in the end game. I don't care about that. Like, it's not giving me DPS buff. I don't care. That's how it works in end game. You just don't care for survivability so much, for the healing, for defense. You don't care. You just don't care. Okay, now we have this one. I don't know how it's called. HP extraction. You recover 0.8% of your HP when defeating an enemy. This will honestly go into D tier. Just no usability, just slight healing, trash, to be honest. Okay, now we have the HP boost. You don't need that for the Sung at all. Like, at all. At all. At all. Okay. Now is this one Mana Rampage. You have learned how to gain greater power. Blah, blah, blah. Your attack will increase by 6, but your skill mana consumption will also increase by 8. So you can balance it out, actually. This is a nice combination, by the way. This and this. Where is this? This. Like, this is such a nice combination overall, and you can play around. Again, nice buff for the attack here. So even though you lower your skill mana, I don't know, bro. A plus. It's a nice buff, but you lose that skill mana, which is important sometimes, really important. But you can balance it out with other Blessing Stone, and it's a nice buff, but still, that skill mana consumption is a little bit troublesome, so A+. Okay, now we have another S tier. When attacking an enemy who has 70% or less of their HP, the damage you deal increases by 5.6. This can go in S tier in my eyes, extremely usable, because that when you reach that 70% of their HP, this is where it really counts. Then you like to get more and more damage. Love it, love it, love it. And we have 2 more at the end. Fatal Strike, your target break gauge instantly decreases by 2% when you land a critical hit. Extremely usable if you need to break someone extremely fast, and with Sung you should be able to crit a lot. So that's a nice way to break the enemy, and in that way you're gonna be able to do more damage. It's a little bit situational with the critical hit rates. What if you don't crit? Critical, but still better than, I would say, A tier slightly, because that breakage is so important. Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but that's my current opinion. And as well, we have speed. The speed will increase by 8. Your dash cooldown will decrease by 8. B tier, I mean, just because of that increase of speed and more dashes, that means more shadow attacks in a way, but still swiftness is slightly better because you're getting actually 1 dash and you can get a reset of dash. So yeah, definitely B tier like this. Okay guys, I believe I was pretty clear. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Again, I'm pretty sure of this tier list because I tested like 95% of the things. Everything else is pretty obvious. And just in the end game, guys, what really matters is attack buff. That DPS, that critical hit rate, that critical hit damage, that damage increase. That's what truly matters. Skill cooldown, super important. Mana up, yeah. Pretty much, I believe I was clear. This is in my opinion. Maybe someone will disagree. Maybe someone used some other blessing stones in some other way that I still didn't experience. So it is how it is. But that's it. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Make sure to support me in content creator program. The previous season 1, I just didn't bother with this. I just didn't bother, and plus I had that fortification. But now I just want to reach that higher rankings, and I took it more serious in a way. Especially at first, I didn't even know I can make money from this on season 1. Yeah, bro. I should read things. But yeah, that's it. Love you. I hope you did enjoy it, and see you next one. Bye.